In case anyone else missed this, I'm going to play this clip from Zap Girl, and she is talking about Todd Click's statement that the murder sheet released on the Odinist theory, basically.
Read this since we're talking about it. So Todd Click's full comments to murder sheets. So this is the first part. So it says, Click, there are two things that I would like to clear up immediately. Though Detective Ferenczi and Detective Murphy were not Rushville cops, Detective Ferenczi was a detective from the Terre Haute Police Department that was assigned to the FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force. Detective Murphy was an Indiana State Police detective that was also assigned to the FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force. So the FBI was associated with the investigation until at least July 2021. Secondly, no one in law enforcement believes Abby and Libby were killed in a ritual sacrifice. That is the defense twisting facts for sensationalism. You can quote me on those two items. Oh, sorry, that's me. Okay, and then it says, the murder sheet asks him, some people have suggested that you disagree with the defense that this was a ritual murder, that you have agreement with them on who is responsible. Is that something you could speak to? He says, yes, that is accurate. Think about what he's saying. Like, he's saying, if it wasn't like a ritual, but it's still the same guys, does it have to be because people don't believe in this whole ritual sacrifice? Does that mean that it can't be these people? No, like both could be true, right? And that's what he's kind of saying. Yeah, that you disagree about the ritual, but agreement with whom is responsible. And the Click says, yes, that is accurate. Murphy says, other than the material about the cult angle, can you discuss how good a job the defense did discussing the evidence against their suspects? Click said, it would be impossible for me to explain anything further without revealing details of the investigation, but it was fairly accurate. And Murder Sheet says, since their discussion of the evidence was fairly accurate, can you explain what aspects you feel were sensationalized? And Click says, like I said before, it would be impossible for me to explain anything further without compromising details of the investigation. The defense team seemingly put Ferenczi, Murphy, and I on a pedestal. We did nothing extraordinary. We just did our jobs and followed every lead that we had. We conducted our investigation the way investigations need to be completed. Granted, we were very dedicated to this investigation because the families of Abby and Libby and the community of Delphi deserve justice. As for the allegations against the correctional officers and Sheriff Liggett, I don't have any knowledge of those details, so I cannot comment. I will also say, for the record, I fully support the defense's motion for cameras in the courtroom for transparency purposes. So this part right here, though, like these, it was fairly accurate. Yes, that's accurate about who is responsible. So yeah, they definitely, Murder Sheets definitely, they only shared this part right here, which would create the narrative of more going with it, maybe Richard Allen is guilty and going more with the state side, and just chose to leave out the rest of the freaking conversation. That is freaking crazy. Wow, now I got like a whole new thing to absorb in my head, because this whole time I was thinking that he said only that first thing. Wow. Well, thanks for sharing that, guys. I'm glad I learned that. Dang it. Now, listening to the rest of this is going to actually even feel different. All right. So let's finish it up, guys. Yeah. So basically, Click is saying he agrees of the people they said was responsible, which would be Patrick, Brad, and Elvis, and Johnny Messer. Wait, what? Now I gotta remember what Rod Abrams, what was his, did they say he was involved too? What was his part? I know he was the guy that was giving Elvis the alibi, and then their alibis were, Rod said they were visiting somebody in Muncie, a sick friend, and Elvis said he was at home, so their alibis didn't even line up. But I forget if they said, did they say Rod was actually involved too? Why am I not remembering his part besides the alibi part?